Swayam Prabha. Digital India. Educated India.
So we now come to the last section of part 4, testing, refining and pitching, and the last section of our course called creating a pitch for your design. So why are we speaking about pitching along with design? Because you create a brilliant design, but if you're not able to communicate it to others, if you're not able to help others see what it is in your design that is so good, your design's not going anywhere, right? So it's a very important part of being able to complete this whole thing of looking at users, getting their inputs, creating your design, testing it, refining it, coming up with a brilliant design, and then being able to communicate why and what about it is so great, right? So what is a pitch? Communicating and presenting your design within your organization and getting a buy-in, right? So being able to speak about the key essence of your design. And for that, presenting your design along with its design rationale. What is design rationale? Design rationale is like saying, this is my idea and this is why it is so good. So I would like you to always have the attitude and the approach of not just speaking about your design, not just saying, this is my design. This is my design and this is why it works, okay? And in that this is why it works will be embedded all the people centricity and the people related, inputs that have come into your design, as a result of which your design has become what it is. It's become a good innovation because you have been people centric, right? So presenting design along with the design rationale is very, very important, and being able to say why your design is worthy of someone's attention, okay? And the value of an idea is zero. You know that. If it sits somewhere inside your book or your computer or wherever, until it comes out into the world, until you come out and communicate it. So the value of an idea is zero unless it can be communicated and brought out into the world, okay? And communicated with conviction. And your conviction will come from the people centricity, because you know that the design that you've created works well in the lives of people, works well in making lives better. That is the role, that is its goal. So design and development is a combination of creativity and analysis, as we have understood now. This whole approach of people-centered design is about bringing together very effectively the analytical approach as well as the creative approach. Just being creative without the connect, without the grounding with the people and their needs is blue sky, is like art, right? But design along with the people is what makes it real. Or something that is just too analytical but hasn't gone deeper into your intuition, hasn't gone into the thinking of what if, thinking of why nots. That design would be just very analytical and perhaps very incremental, very obvious perhaps, but not that amazing something else that stood outside of the immediate zone that you were looking at. So product design and development is a combination of creativity and analysis, but it depends on communication, your ability to communicate that. The way you present your product or service is essential to its success. Okay? Now, few thoughts about how do you help your idea reach people's minds, right? Focusing on the core issue and the idea, and the core issue in terms of what it does, not what it is, but what it does. What it does for people, right? That is what gives it the power. Give people a reason to care. Why should they care for what you have to bring to them? Why is that reason important? Why is that design important enough for them to care about it, right? So give people that reason, understand what they care about and give them that reason. Build your idea with familiar concepts, things that are familiar to people, that they can associate with, that they are able to make connections with, and make your idea worth sharing. Something that you feel the conviction and excitement to share, that someone else then feels the excitement and wants to share it. And a lot of it comes from this, what it does for people. The minute it is clear to people that what your idea is doing to change lives, it strikes the chord with most people. It will make people feel good about it. So when you make a presentation, when you make a pitch, this is a suggestion for you, that first thing, start out with telling people what you're going to tell them. Tell them what you're going to tell them, and then tell them it. Tell them what you're telling them, and then wrap it up with tell them what you just told them. Okay? That makes for a good, well-structured presentation. And it would look like this visually. If you were to look at your presentation visually, you would have an opening where you're telling them what you're going to tell them, which is a small part. The main body of your presentation where you're showing your design and giving the design rationale. That is the main thing. And then you close it with, so we just spoke about this design, and as we know, it will make a big difference in the lives of youngsters who can come and do their homework in the library. For example, taking back from that example of trying to get new computers in the library, right? So opening small, body big, close. That's a good structure to your presentation. Now there's a template that we will share with you that is called creating a pitch, and basically to enhance your design, you create the pitch. So here's a template that we will share with you called Create a Pitch, and this gives you an opportunity and questions for you to address and answer in order to create a strong pitch which eventually will enhance your design. So it says here succinctly, what is your project, right? So your design strategy statement will help you over here. Who do you need to pitch to? Okay? Who do you need to pitch? Who is the audience? What format will your pitch take? Is it going to be a verbal? Is it going to be on the phone? Is it going to be by web? Or is it going to be like to a CEO? What's your short pitch? As you write it, think about how you'll expand it into a larger one. So write a short pitch over here. So let's take an example over here. What is your project? This project is a sustainable social business designed to reduce under 5 mortality in the Democratic Republic of the Congo. It offers clean water, a health clinic and agricultural services. So the whole focus is to reduce under 5 mortality, right? Who do you need to pitch it to? People who are going to fund the project, and they need to understand what's so great about this project. What format will you pitch it? A video to convey the vision that you will create earlier on, and a presentation that we can make to possible funders. So a quick pre-video and then an actual presentation. What's your short pitch? In the Democratic Republic of the Congo, 20% of children don't live to see their 5th birthdays. This app is a new sustainable social enterprise from the American Refugee Committee in IDO, and changing all that by designing a holistic new approach to healthcare, food, clean water and agriculture with the people of the DRC themselves. Asili is encouraging that more kids than ever get the right start. So this is your initial pitch. Okay, so using this template you can try to create that pitch. So tomorrow, let's say you have to present your design, go ahead and present it, but before that, think through these points. And two other things that I would really like to point out to you is, think about what is the USP of your design. Again, the design rationale. If you all know what USP means, your unique selling proposition. So in other words, it is like saying, what's so great about your design? What's so great about your solution, right? And how do you explain it to a venture capitalist, for example? A venture capitalist is interested in how this makes business sense. So if you're able to think in those lines and then create your pitch, you will be in good shape. So this is the overall design-centered, people-centered design methodology. This is the overall people-centered design methodology that we went through in the course of covering this particular course, right? So we went through problem discovery, discovering what is the right problem to solve, research and analysis with users, where we try and understand what is it that the user needed and analyze that and drive our design insights. Then we went through concepting and building, opening ourselves up and opening our minds and hearts to ideate, to beyond those borders, beyond what would be the immediate thoughts that come to our mind, and come up with some really different and the right solutions that would change the lives of our users. And then after the concepting, we went through the testing and refining those designs and make them stronger designs, basically. How do we make them stronger designs? And then finally about pitching, how do we then communicate it to the world after we've created this design? And as I told you, this is not a single linear process. Very important to keep in mind. You do go back and forth, and you don't have to finish one phase and then start another, and that you can't come back to it. However, it is not chaotic. There is a method to this, and as I explained to you earlier, you may be progressively refining your design like this, right? You may be going round a little bit, going back and forth a little bit, but eventually you're moving in this kind of convergence forward. You're converging to the right solution, and when you will have done that, because you have chosen to be people-centric in your design approach, the possibility of this being the right solution, a possibility of it being a very innovative solution is that much higher. Okay? And also, as you know, we have gone in like a converging divergence approach as well in this process. Okay? So balancing the desirable, what the people desire and want and need, along with what the business needs are, what is viable, along with what the technology provides, what is feasible, the balance of all that creates strong innovations. So in conclusion, what I would like to tell you is, adopt these mindsets. We've learned what the different mindsets are for a strong design thinker and a people-centered designer. Understand the process. I think you have had a very good overview and an understanding of what the different nuances of this process are. Use the tools, use the methods, use the techniques, use all of those in order to make your journey into this area even better and even more exciting. Because believe me, working with people and trying to solve their problems and reflecting it in the design of your product is one of the most exciting things to do. As you get in the minds, hearts and lives of people and try and understand their needs and their requirements, and then you come back and bring that power into your design, the power that you have got of understanding what people need, and bring it into your design, and then it comes out into the world as a design that really solves problems, that makes people's lives better, is a wonderful thing. It's a very exciting thing to go through. Very important for those of you who are foraying into this for the first time, that trust the process even if it feels uncomfortable. There will probably be several things of this that will feel uncomfortable for you. You know, sitting in front of a user, asking questions, creating a prototype that looks so shabby and is just strung together with scotch tape and all kinds of little things. It may seem uncomfortable to you, but trust it. Trust that the process is really very, very robust. Trust that the process works. A first couple of times it may be difficult for you as you face a user. It can be a little disconcerting, but trust me, after a point you will get comfortable with the process and you will really enjoy the process. It's one of the most enjoyable experiences to be interacting with people. And thus, with all of these, you will learn how to create real impact, because your designs have gotten empowered, your methodology, your process, all the things that you've learned across these 4 sections that we've been through empowers you to create real impact. So I would like to share this final quote with you, which really resonates and I think will resonate with you as well once you have gone through this and have imbibed a lot of the thoughts and approaches that we've been through over these 4 sections. Opportunity to innovate is all around us, but we only discover it if we really look. It's about training yourself to see. More you can persuade yourself when you are out in the world to look at things as if you are looking at it through the eyes of others, the more you will see opportunities, needs that you have never noticed before. And they will be the inspirational launching pad for new ideas. And you will be amazed at how many new ideas you will see if you really look around. So this brings us to the end of this course, and part of your training must be to develop designers' eyes, ears and thinking. That is what we've learned through this entire process. How to look at things differently, how to listen better, how to think by putting ourselves in other people's shoes and being able to think from their perspective and being able to then reflect that in our designs. So this brings us to the end of this course, and just to recap, what have been the objectives of this course? To understand the design thinking approach that we have progressively been through, to learn how it applies to innovating people, product, experience systems, and apply equally well to either products or experiences or any of those. And finally, to inspire you to apply it ongoing in everything that you do. So I really hope that you will be able to imbibe the fact that design is a way of life. It's not just a subject or a topic that you learn and then you write an exam and that's over. This is not what design is like. It is a way of life, and hopefully once you start practicing it, you will learn this way of life. You will start to see the world with different eyes. You will start to see not just from the design perspective, but hopefully you will evolve into a much stronger problem solver. While this course is not meant to make a designer out of you, it is definitely, I hope and I'm sure, it will have inspired you to think about the world differently, to think that design is a way of life and that it has the power to make lives better. I would like to express my thanks to all my students in all the places I have taught. I have learned tremendously from every one of them. Sharing with them has helped me grow so much. And a lot of the examples that I showed you, that I shared with you, are with a lot of inputs from students. And I am very thankful to my colleagues who have been a huge encouragement for me in all my work. Thank you very much.